Um, well, I started out, I want to show you a truly bad hair day here. But first of all, I wanted to give you some reference of where I'm going. This is Hustler magazine. Larry Flint, who was shot, the person was under mind control, and I'd written about this while he was being shot about mind control. He was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, about 40 miles from Marietta, where I was in '78, March the 6th, '78. I'd lived there for a long time, writing a medical malpractice book. And I don't know if you can hear this, I'm holding it away. Larry Flint, I'll say that again, was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, while I was doing the medical malpractice book, MD A License to Kill. It involved mind control, and Larry McDonald, Congressman, doctor urologist from Piedmont Hospital in Atlanta, I had written about. And later, when his plane, or the plane he was on, the passenger plane, was shot down by the Soviet when it veered out of into their airspace. It was shot down. Larry Flint was on it August the 31st of '83, and I became a candidate to replace him. Now, remember, I had written about him, and I had a lot done to me in between that I put on prior tapes. I had antifreeze put in me. I had a letter from the FBI. I worked for the district attorney. I was tossed and turned and handcuffed and locked up, and you name it. It was all done to me illegally. So here's where Flint in August of '84 did an article in which he stated, I knew who was responsible for his killing. Now, his limo driver was with British intelligence. And later, I started finding out about my kidnapping. My real name, Margaret Ann Windsor, and Peggy Ann Dempsey was the name given me. I married at Childers. When they kidnapped me from Buckingham Palace in '41, I was born in '39. Now, I'm going to show you again. This is George, who they made the movie out of. Made him out to be, in the King's Speech, a beautiful man. Like I said, this whole thing, they've glossed everything over. This man is a brother that helped take down the real king. What to do with it? This is what I'm going through. Just a part. He helped take down his brother, King Edward VIII. Why do you think they put a 99-year seal on it and took him down? It was all lies about him. His own brother, the New World Order, the Kennedys were ambassador at that time, and even JFK and the Joe Jr. Flew in and out during the time I was kidnapped in '41. So it makes you really wonder who flew me out, or if I was flown out. I don't know they kidnapped me, how they got me to Moulton, Alabama. I do know Cortland Air Base was near there. So I grew up in a hellhole. But let me get back to this. I wrote about mind control murders, and my son's names are Mark and Scott, and they're heirs to the British Crown after me. There was an addendum put it to a forced abdication, which was illegal, of my father. I mean, this is the double that married Wallace Simpson, not my father. He was married to, like I say, in prior tapes, and American Claudia Ruth O'Keefe is my mom. They were legally married, and she was considered a commoner back then, and Catholic, had been Catholic and American Irish, Irish American, whatever. Uh, she's my mom. She's a great lady. Yeah, and like you never heard of her, I have to reference another great lady, Georgia O'Keeffe, the artist, to get people to know who she is. And yet Grace Kelly, who I think is a beautiful lady, so nothing on her. But you've all heard of Grace Kelly, who married Prince Rainier of Monaco. Now I want to get into some dates, and by the way, mind control was used in her. It was a murder, the wreck, and taken to the emergency room. And I wanted to go to, oh, people get angry with me. They haven't walked in my shoes. I'm not wearing my crown. I was taken from a loving family. My father, a great man. And let me reference again a 99-year seal put on it. They meant to get rid of us, and that's Elizabeth's dad, George the Sixth, my own uncle. The New World Order, Rockefellers, Rothschilds, the Freemasons are the people that helped kidnap me, Roosevelt, and hey, you think Jimmy Carter, you think the Clintons, you think that all these people haven't known about me? I can assure you Nixon knew, and on back further, and of course Kennedy, John Kennedy knew. But I'm going to pan to this. This is just one of the ongoing man control murders. I started writing the book about it and how it was done and patterns, but this is one of them. This is Gifford, Gabby Gifford, and her husband Mark Kelly is a brother to, no doubt, Scott Kelly, NASA astronauts. They used my son's name, Mark and Scott, in who are heirs after me, legal one. She was a U.S. Congress lady, and I only ran. So it's the correlation and the things that fit into a pattern. And, of course, NASA, when I was kidnapped, I was taken to Moulton, Alabama in 41. Grew up in a hell pigsty, and they gave me another name. But how do you think that NASA and Redstone Arsenal, the command center and all that, well, let's just put it this way, NASA, how do you think it came to be? Scientists, being a kidnapped victim and a hostage takes on different forms, money-wise, treaties, you name it. Like when my uncle gave away, stole the crown, kidnapped his own niece, helped, and then gave away Great Britain by letting the Americans put their military bases all over everything British and hold us both hostage. So now then I'm going to go to... I showed you some of this gentleman is a man control victim. He's a psychiatrist, Fort Hood. He finished college at Blacksburg, Virginia Tech near me. I'm in Roanoke, and he's about 40 miles from me, or Virginia Tech is. That's where the 33 shootings took place, April the 16th of '07, and there's been a list of them. So in the homes, they're treating this man for mental illness, which is, they don't want this told. Mind control has nothing to do with mental illness, and it is really sick. It's not just misdiagnosis and deliberately doing it. You're going to tell me that psychiatrists that have sent away a lot of the serial murders, the profiling, is really mind control murders like Hinckley, the Menendez, and I wanted to mention Sonny von Bulow. That was mind control murders. Now, when you lock a man up and call him mentally ill, when he's a victim himself, and nobody likes to hear this, but this man's a victim. He didn't ask for mind control. None of them did. They got it, and some of them have gotten the death penalty. And here's Timothy McVeigh, since I said that, who said that they put a chip up in. This is implantable biochips, and it's Project Lucid. I think Tex Mars wrote this book, but I had written about the mind control and part of what he's written about there back in 77, 78. I think his book was published in 86. I'm not sure. He's got William the Illegal, and they tell him about a chip put in him to keep him from being kidnapped. I thought that was cute because he even named his baby now George after his great-granddad George the Sixth that helped kidnap me. It's okay to kidnap me, and I'm not speaking to the British government. I'm talking about the New World Order and the Windsors that got in on it. They helped kidnap me, but here they had the gall to name the baby after George, his great-grandfather that helped kidnap me. and they're worried about him being kidnapped, and they're illegal.